Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Catwoman. Welcome to Scottside. Hooray, here we go, new game. Oh. The war burns like a flame. The rumble of steel is deafening. Screams of dying ones and cracking of bones. They are the only hope. The fighter moves with untamable power. 2. One sword swing and the demon's body is split in two. I might have to get my notebook just in case. The Ranger. His blades turn enemies' growls into agonalizes. And the third hero, intelligence, charisma, strength. Actually, I prefer intelligence. The mage, whose mind is as bright as a guidance star. The demons kept falling one by one, until the battlefield turned into a bloody mess. Heroes are breathing heavily, sweat and blood mixed on their faces. They are standing before a massive gateway leading to the lair of evil. The heroes took a step aside and disappeared in the darkness. Flames were shaking on the walls, shaping ugly and crooked shadows. Lungs were filling with smell of sulfur and running flesh. The floor started shaking underfoot, as if the ground was trembling for the presence of the one who awaited the heroes ahead. A deep growl echoed from the darkness. Shadows gradually revealed a giant figure. At first, blazing crimson eyes, then a monster's jaw, full of edged teeth. The next moment, the darkness revealed a whole silhouette, enormous, charred, and worn. A primal darkness was raging in the very core of his being, and he is called Balder. The fighter, the ranger, and the mage exchanged glances, and the fighter said, "Fuck." Axel. What happened, fighter? Sam. Ranger. Axel. The worst happened. The master went completely nuts. Thomas. What did I do wrong now, smart ass? Sam. Thomas, are you for real? Is that a joke? Balder? On the 5th level? Is it now officially a game for those who want to die? Do you realize Catwoman playing as a mage is at the 1st level? He got to know what Dungeons and Dragons is just today. Catwoman, don't listen to Sam. He's just mad because his fighter was killed by a rat the last time. That was a mouse, not a rat. I tried and cursed the mouse to be exact. And I'm not mad, just saying that Thomas really took it too far. We've got no chance against Balder. Are you doubting my master's skills? Balder is a challenge. And you are the heroes, not farmers or something. We may be heroes, but Catwoman. Come on, Sam. He'll be our secret weapon. Pay attention. Baldur raises his giant paws threateningly and smashes your pathetic crew. Sam, tell me your armor class plus the number on that dice, or you'll get squashed. Hurry. Holy shit. My fighter's armor class is 16. Rolling plus 4 on dice. 20. Ha! What's the matter, Baldur? Sam, the fighter stands the attack to 20 saved you. Oh shoot. Axel, what's your armor? What's taking you so long? My ranger has 14. Now the roll, oh my god, is a 1. I dodged it, right? Please tell me that I did, Thomas. Axel, you escaped at the very last moment. 15 is enough. Catwoman, what armor class is written on your character sheet? Oh shoot. Oh no, that can't be it. Look closer. Three. Okay, so it's 3. Yeah, that's it. But it's not enough. Now roll the d20 and hope for a bigger number. Then add it to your armor. D20 is a dice. It has 20 sides. Don't be stupid. Yeah, it's a thing that either saves you or kills you. This game is the first and the last one for him. Come on, give him a chance. What if he rolls a 20 and becomes a legend? There's enough space for only one legend, and that's me, haha. Catwoman, roll that d20 already, or Baldur will make miss me of you. Ha ha ha. It's the smallest number. By adding your armor, we'll get 4. Damn. That was predictable. You get hit by Baldur and you lose 5 hit points. Write it down on your character sheet. Now let's get back to the game. Focus and turn your imagination on. The final fight awaits you. Remember, the sky is being absorbed by the darkness. The boys immediately became serious, as if they're performing in a theater. The ground is shaking. Something is approaching you. It's him, the Baldur. He wishes to take a closer look at you. You, the tiny bugs that stood in his way. He leans towards you. Flickers of fire drop a shadow on his face, allowing you to take a better look at who you're going to fight with. Fighter turns to the mage. Well, oldster, I hope you have some protective spells saved up. Otherwise, I don't envy you. Are you ready? Yes. Catwoman, trust me or not. Sam, don't get out of character. That's the spirit. Keep it up. Each of you take a suitable battle position. You understand that this battle will be crucial? The outcome will determine the destiny of humanity. If you win, you will be remembered as legendary heroes. But if you lose, fighter takes out a sword prepared to make a devastating attack. Ranger fits an arrow to the bowstring. He aims it right at Baldur's mug, ready to fire a final shot. And Mage starts to cast an ancient spell, forming a protective sphere around you. You attack Baldur simultaneously, shouting with rage. Let's do it. Well, he's done for. You'll experience a true pain. Don't forget the game rules. You have to roll the dice to see if you will succeed or not. And I like to point out that Baldur is a legendary boss. It only takes him one hit to destroy you all right away. That means one mistake and we lost? Right. If one of you rolls less than 10, you're dead. It's not gonna be easy, I like that, says Sam in a dramatic voice. Who'll go first? What about you, fighter? Describe your attack. I run towards Baldur fearlessly. My sword is my loyal ally and his strike will be devastating. Sam picks up the dice carelessly and drops it on the floor. Holy shit. No, who taught you to roll? Thomas, let me do it again. The dice fell out of my hand too early. You've seen it yourself. Please. Thomas looks at the game board thoughtfully and then at us. Okay, one more roll. Thanks, Thomas. I thank the gods for blessing me today. Sam gets back into character by making his voice sound more rough. He grabs the dice as if it was a magical talisman that holds the destiny of the world. Shakes his head a few times and drops it on the table with determination. Great job, you did it. Fighter, your attack hits Baldur precisely in his paw and seriously wounds him. Well done, now it's my turn. I aim my wooden bow at Baldur's mug and fire an arrow. Missed. Baldur clenches his paw in a giant fist and raises it up with terrified speed. His paw freezes in the air for a split of a second. The next moment it strikes all of you with a deadly hit. No! Axel shouts out, his voice full of despair. Sam taps on his shoulder, trying to calm him down. That's it, my friend. That's the end. Cheer up. You'll succeed the next time. We'll have a next time? Who knows? Who knows? Everything is possible. Catwoman, you did good for the first time. Axel patted me on my shoulder. Either way, that was an interesting game. I'm surprised that this time our evening wasn't ruined by the librarian. Are you playing here again? The librarian's a robot? How many times I've told you, Samuel, not to play here with your friends. It's a library. People come here to read books and gain knowledge. But it's just a game. So just play somewhere else. The noise level's above acceptable. Okay, we're sorry. We were just about to leave. The entry to the library is prohibited for 7 days. For all of you. Get out. You have no right to kick us out. Are you sure, young man? I am. What a crappy day. I can't believe that metal jerk kicked us out. Come on, at least it was fun. How did you even manage to get to the second floor on his wheels? We've lost to Baldur. Yeah, that was legendary shameful. It wasn't a loss, it was a tactic retreat. Tactic? We got kicked out, Thomas. You really don't get it? Sam gave me the stink eye. That newbie, these always go down the drain every time someone joins our team. Slow down, Sam. It's not Catwoman's fault. We can no longer play in public places. The library is gone. Playing as somebody sucks. Parents keep nagging like, turn off the light, do your homework. True. We must find a place where nobody can get us. A secret spot like in Indiana Jones, hover over blue text. The film is about an adventurous archaeologist who infiltrates hidden temples and impregnable jungles in search of an ancient artifact to keep it out of the felon's hands. Okay. A place where we can be as loud as we want and no one will kick us out. We need a basement. What? Like in the movies. All the cool stuff always happens in basements. Or in abandoned houses. You're a genius, Axel. An abandoned house? In Scottside? The best you can find is a shed with a leaky roof. And even that is already taken by Crazy Hank. Maybe someone has a secret room at home. If it's secret, no one knows it's there. It's unlikely that we find a decent spot. We should wait those 7 days to pass and return to the library. Well, there are really not that many options for a cool place. But let's keep our heads up. What about looking for something unusual? That's it. I'm done with those ideas. Gotta go. My stepmother will eat me alive if I'm not back by 9. Do you still hate her? Yeah, she's getting on my nerves. Still calls you a baby? She doesn't call me a baby, just gets mad if I come home late. Does she wear a bathrobe and smokes a cigarette at home like in Norm movies? Right, with a glass of martini while Dad's at work. No, dumbass. Stop making up this bullshit about her. Or shut up for the better. I am banning you from talking. So you can talk and we can't? That's right. Why's that? Because I'm the only one who says something useful. Sam, you haven't said anything useful after we left the library. I told you to shut up. That is useful. That's it, I'm leaving. See you tomorrow, assholes. Sam started shaking everyone's hands as a goodbye. I held out my hand as well. See you? Sam glanced at my hand, but never shook it. Pretended not to notice it and left. I kept on talking like nothing happened. I gotta head home too. We have just moved. I have to unpack the boxes. Also, school is early tomorrow. My first day. Wait, are you going to our school? There's only one school, Axel. Oh man, it's gonna be, well, an interesting experience. Catwoman, which way do you live? I silently pointed at the direction of my house. Wow, me and Axel live in the same direction. Catwoman, let me show you a shortcut through the forest. We could even look for a place for a base on the way. There's a hidden path that will get us home faster than these boring streets. Thomas snorted. His face, highlighted by a streetlight, showed that he was skeptical. It's better to stick to the road, especially if you're new to this town and not familiar with the streets and forests. By the way, Catwoman, how did you even get to the library? It's not easy to find even for the locals. I hope there were no incidents. Not really.
Hey, I'm rushing
A game by Plotline Games.
World is standing
Created by Yuri Manticore. Shout out to you. Game was, well, pretty rough.
Running through the daylight.
Had a ton of stuff to do. Was rushing around trying to get everything done on time. Was okay. Went looking for the library. Got distracted by a drone. And yeah, it totally face planted. Some girl passed by started laughing. She helped me up though, and showed me how to get to the library. Then she goes, come to the tower tonight. She said she'd show me around or something. Finally made it to that damn library. trying to find books for school and not die of boredom. There were these kids. They asked me to fix their robot today. I'll or some other nonsense. Got yelled at by the librarian. Guess that's normal here. Show me where the school books were. Went upstairs. Then here you were. Scottside. This is so cool. I like the and you know the rest. This is so cool. Wow. A whole journey. Have you found the school books after all? No. I didn't know we get prohibited to enter the library. Mom's gonna be mad. At least we met each other. Yeah, you must be on a cloud nine. Tell us more about the girl. Which girl? The one who offered to show you around. Jessica? And the Jessica freaking Hansen? Probably. She didn't give me a full name. Well, she's like a literal angel from the sky. How do you manage to get her on a date? There was a hint of envy in Thomas' voice. Oh no. Jealousy? It's not a date, just a friendly town tour. I didn't get a chance to even sit with her, and you're having a whole tour. You're freaking lucky. Just remember, be considerate and don't hurry things up. Thomas sounded serious. That felt like a valuable advice. I saw her today and she seemed to be in a mood. Why are you giving advice? Have you ever talked to a girl yourself? It's from a book. And yes, I have talked to girls. I'm not really sure I should go there. I actually have to be home by this time. I'm already late because of fighting Baldor. Well, Catwoman, decide who you're going with. Oh, that's a good question. Ooh. I'll choose Axel. We walked through the forest in complete silence for some time. It was a long way home. All the public places, including the library, are located in the town center. And the houses are, not surprisingly, in the housing area. Too bad we don't have a car anymore. There are buses to Scottside, but it's too late for them. Axel was walking ahead, stumbling on tree roots here and there and humming some melody. An embodiment of optimism and carefreeness. Dude, don't mind Sam. You're not the only one he doesn't shake hands with. He's actually really distant. It was the same for me when we just met. Yeah, I noticed that too. Actually, it was worse. He threw a backpack at me just cause he didn't like how I looked at him. But then my mom decided to take charge and cleared it up for him that it's better to be friends with me. Ha! Your mom's bitchin'. What did she say? Well, she said she's working for police and knows where he lives. Is that true? Of course not, just intimidate him a little. Sam was a kid back then, so he bought it. So we quickly started to get along. But he still can be quite rude. Don't take it seriously. He's just the way he is. Here. Suddenly he put a candy in my hand. That's so cool. The wrapper of the candy had a picture of a happy girl, but it was crumpled away. She looked grumpy. See, sometimes people are just like this, candy. They may look grumpy, but they're sweet inside. Thank you. I put the candy in my pocket. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from, at least? It's a southern town, maybe you'll in Mountain Pines. We melt down if you were there. It's hot even at nighttime, not like here. My hometown wasn't much bigger, just not as isolated. Ah, I see. Scottside was struck in a timeless space, surrounded by mountains and forgotten by everyone. Why you move here then? I do love Scottside, but it's like a unique choice. We just did while my father... It's fine, you're not alone here. My father also didn't make it to his 50s. Everyone here has problems with folks. Sam has a stepmom, Thomas. Well, Thomas' parents are fine. He's probably the only normal here. No, you got the wrong idea. My father's alive. Unfortunately. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I went somewhere. I got interrupted by my dad and I had to go somewhere real quick. But I'm gonna continue playing Scottside, so here we go. Let's continue. Oh, it's Slime Bro? I looked at Axel confused. Didn't you have a slime when you were a kid? Those gross and warm green jelly blobs? You throw it at a wall and it sticks to it like a snot? And your hands get so sticky you want to wash them immediately? But you scrub it off the wall and throw it again just cause it's fun? So same here. The situation is unpleasant, but there's some good to it. You met me. You won't regret moving here. There's a lot going on, no time to be bored. Like what? See those big dark things in the distance? The ones that look like huge tubes? He pointed at them. These were the old scientific facility's property. Oh, I see. It was abandoned long ago. Yeah, so why do they matter? There is a story. A scary one. Axel fixed his ripped tie nervously. His eyes widened as if he was about to spill out a national secret. There's this kid at school, the one with band-aids all over his face. He told that he was walking through the forest one day and the towers lit up red. It was not like ordinary signal light. No, it was an ominous dark red light, just like the blood. Of course, he couldn't fight his curiosity and followed the light. He kept going until he saw a huge cave and was standing inside. It was a humanoid creature. Oh no. But instead of a head, it had a monstrous mouth full of blade-sharp teeth and soul-burning black eyes. Its long arms, blowing right out of his back, were holding the pine trees, as if the whole forest was part of it. It slowly came closer. The boy felt its cold breath on his skin, but he could neither scream nor run away. Oh my god, you're creepy! You're a spider! The creature opened his mouth and hundreds of tiny pitch-black spiders escaped from it, carrying the stench of rotting flesh. It bent over to the boy's ears and whispered, "I will come for you. I will find you. I will eat you." The boy, he woke from the stupor and ran as fast as he could. He doesn't remember how he got home, but he can't sleep since. He says every night the creature calls him from the forest, calls him by name. So if you ever see the red light, gates in the towers, don't go there. Never. Holy shit. I slipped. Okay, I totally meant to make it look graceful, but I still need a hand. I helped Axel to stand up, trying not to laugh. What were we talking about again? You were telling a story. It's creepy and all, but sounds like an urban legend, to be honest. No way. That kid swore on his entire gum sticker collection. I've never seen any lakes myself though, so the towers are just part ruins in the forest. Okay. Anyway, you can take time and think about all that for a bit. I need a technical timeout after stories like that. My internal hydraulic system requires pressure released. What? I gotta pee, Catwoman. Be right back. Stay right here and guard the perimeter. Before I could even respond, he already disappeared deeper into the forest. Yeah, weird guy. Suddenly, a branch snapped behind me. Then another one. As if someone was standing right behind me. That can't be Axel, right? He went another way. Maybe it's just a bird hopping between branches. What if it's a monster from Axel's story? A cold breeze brushed against my back, sending chills down my spine. That's stupid. All we need to do is turn around and see there's nothing there. Just my imagination messing with me. Ooh. Let's turn around. The moment I turned, my heart started pounding in fear. There's a silhouette standing right in front of me. I could tell it's alive. The figure stands perfectly still, staring into the darkness as if searching for someone among the trees. The tension in the air feels like nature itself is holding its breath. The wind barely moves the branches, making them creak softly. The darkness only deepens the sense of some unknown danger. Suddenly the silhouette moves. Now I'm sure it's a person. And he has a knife. Maybe I could distract him by throwing a rock or a branch somewhere else. Or maybe I should run. But something inside me whispers, stay still. The longer the person stands there unmoving, the harder my heart pounds. It's beating so loud I'm sure even a figure could hear it. I try to breathe as quietly as possible. In my head, it turns to a game where I have to breathe in rhythm with my heartbeat and the stakes are my life. Wait until the pulse reaches the vertical line. Press the indicated mouse button. The button may change. Anna? Yo, look what I found! Axel! Axel, don't sneak up on me like that! Fine, fine, I just wanted to show you this pine cone. It's like ridiculously large. Yeah, I was speechless too when I saw it. Alright, let's go, we're almost there. Finish lies right past that tree. We soon stepped out of the forest. Ahead of us was a lake, quiet still, wrapped in a thin veil of mist. The water shimmered in a faint moonlight. An almost magical silence hung in the air. Out here, I felt calmer than back in the woods. So, what do you think of Bigfoot Lake? We don't really hang out here much. And this is basically where our journey ends. You can already see the roof of my house over there. Yours is on the other side. Axel crouched down to retie his shoes and I decided to ask him something. You pointed at the lake. I noticed Axel tense up when he looked toward the pier. You never said why you guys don't come here. It's actually kinda nice, if you ignore the creepy forest. He shoved his hands deep into his pockets and hunched his shoulders. It's not about the view, this territory is, well, total slime. The beast and his crew hang out here. Football guys, gym bros, the whole elite crowd was fewer brain cells than that pinecone I showed you. The beast? Axel flinched and instinctively glanced around, checking if there was anyone to hear us. Shh, be more quiet. Yeah, that's Harry's nickname. Dude's completely unhinged. He doesn't need a reason to break your nose for your life. Trust me, you do not want to meet him. Ever. Saw anyone in the forest? Axel, did you see anything back there in the forest? Axel stopped kicking around log and looked up sharply. Nah, why? I saw someone, I think he had a knife. Was he looking at you? Was he doing anything else? I don't know. He disappeared as soon as you showed up. Catwoman, there's something I should have told you about this area. What is it? This forest is outside, and people come and go as they please. It's madness. Yeah, okay, I get it. You don't believe me. No, I do. It was probably just a hunter commenting around here. Or maybe my charms guard a serial killer. Happens to me all the time. In that case, you owe me one now. Why Bigfoot? Hey, why Bigfoot? Locals are cryptid fans or something? Axel snorted. That sounded oddly loud in the silence. Nah, the reason's way less exciting. If you climb that cliff and look down, the lake kinda looks like a giant crooked foot with toes and everything. Used to be called Lake Number 1. Peak creativity from our founding fathers. Then somebody probably got too drunk and decided it looks like a Yeti footprint. Actually, I've got a theory they renamed it to attract tourists. Didn't really work though. And that's bullshit. Yeti isn't that big. If that's really a footprint, it belongs to a giant. What's that thing? What's that? Another creepy legend? I pointed at a rusty metal structure sticking out in the water about 30 meters from shore. Axel picked up the rock and threw it toward it, but then fell short. Nah, nothing supernatural here, just usual human stupidity agreed. That's an old automated fishing rig. About 5 years ago, the mayor decided real fishermen cost too much and bought that thing. It was supposed to catch, clean, and pack fish all by itself right on the water. A miracle of progress, yep. So what happened? Robot uprising? Axel chuckled, wiping his hands on his pants. I wish it just died after 2 months. Got someone's net tangled in the propellers, swallowed half the lake bed, and that was it. Electronics fried completely. The town calculated repair and disposal costs and decided it was cheaper to just let it ride here. He fell silent, watching the dark water lap against the rusted metal. Back when we were younger and way dumber, we swam out there every summer. Climbed inside through a hole in the hull. Inside? Yeah, tight, pitch black, freezing water even in July, and smells like old fuel and dead fish. But we thought it was awesome, like a secret base. A real slime. We climbed to the very top hatch and played king of a hill, trying to push each other into the water. Our palms turned orange from rust, legs always covered in cuts. Axel's voice faltered. He turned away from the lake. Then Thomas sliced his thigh open there. Needed 12 stitches. Damn. And folks prohibited us swimming there. Alright, time to go home. The silence around us was broken only by the soft sound of wind. Still, it's a beautiful place. Peaceful. Makes you think a lot. But it's time to head home. Axel huffled. I held out my hand to say goodbye, but he just stared at it. Just a handshake? That's so basic. What about some acrobatics? What if we clap hands and jump or something? Axel, just a handshake. No acrobatics, no jumping. Axel sighed, shook my hand, then suddenly pulled me into a quick hug. See you tomorrow, dude. Axel headed off to his sleigh, whistling some ridiculous tune again. I went mine, lost in thought. The moon appeared from behind the clouds, driven by the wind. Its dim light reflected off the snow, making the streets seem a little brighter. Occasional snowflakes landed on my cheeks and instantly melted, leaving behind a faint tingling sensation. I didn't even notice I had walked up to my house. I already missed my evening walk with the dog. Hopefully Mom wouldn't scold me. The light was on and I could see her blurry silhouette through the sheer curtains. Mom seemed to be bustling around the kitchen, hurrying from the oven to the table. We'll probably have something tasty for dinner. It's weird how life can change in a moment. It's the first time Mom and I have ever moved. I've always thought it's hard. The past is left behind and a completely new life started from scratch is ahead. But it turned out much easier for me. I had a difficult time in my old school. I could never get along with classmates. Lack of friends made this terrible loneliness even worse. Of course, I've tried to find someone with the same interests, but even board games weren't really popular at the school. Moving to Scottside was the best decision, but I'm worried everything will follow the same scenario. Will I ever adapt to a new life? I felt my heart beating faster, anxiety grew stronger. I remember how hard moving was for Mom, and what was the reason behind it, or rather, who. Suddenly, imagination started playing tricks on me, and I saw my father standing beside my mom. The Halloween went because it sounded like them arguing. It all started with my father losing his job. He'd been looking for a new one for a while, but he couldn't find any. He started borrowing money from Mom and getting drunk. I felt that everything was falling apart. And Mom? Mom tried to make everything work out. She'd been helping Father, giving him everything she had down to the last cent. Mom trusted him. She believed things will get better before long. That Father will stop drinking, find a job, and our family will be at peace again. Deep inside, Mom had a faint flicker of hope, like a candle about to go out. That happened in the kitchen. I saw him getting closer to her. I saw how he looked at Mom, like a hungry wolf, baring its teeth at his prey. In a moment he came as close to her as he could. His hand rose up, about to hit really hard. Him raising his hand to Mom was the last straw. We had to move here to Scottside in order to make a fresh start. It was a new beginning for both of us. A new chance, so to say. Father's silhouette began to fade, and once again it was only Mom I saw. The thought that Father was no longer with us gave me a sense of relief. I could never forgive him for all the pain he caused to my mom. I don't want to see her like that again. I clenched a fist and felt my frozen fingers press against my palm. I guess it's time to get inside. It's getting too old. Oh my god. It's getting too cold out here. I headed towards the door. The crunch of snow gave way to the rolling wooden steps of the porch, each one complaining under my weight. I carefully turned the doorknob and went inside, preparing for my mother's moralizing. I stepped into the hallway, and the spicy aroma wrapped around me. I could hear the soft tapping of a knife on a cutting board from the kitchen. She was always cooking something, even when no one was hungry. I looked around and noticed paintings hung on the walls. I felt the twinge of guilt. Sarah seemed to have already unpacked these boxes without my help. I can't remember the last time I called her mom. That word feels wrong now, almost unnatural. Sarah, the name sounds just right. It reflects the distance that is now between us, even if we don't talk about it. Everything has changed since she and father got a divorce. She shut herself off as if building an invisible wall around herself. I tried to reach her at first, but all my efforts were rejected, met by cold silence or curt replies. She's still my mom, who makes my favorite pancakes for breakfast every so often, but emotionally she became a stranger. At first, I was angry with her for the way she pushed me away, but then I gave up on any attempts. We made the unspoken agreement, every man for himself. Are you going to stand there all night? Who's going to walk, Stinky? Who's going to walk, Stinky? Me? Why would you give a dog such a stupid name? Right now it's so late. Right now? And then you'll tell me what made you come home so late. She intentionally emphasized the last word. No point in arguing. Okay, Sarah. I grumbled, grabbed a leash and went to the door. I stepped outside, heading for the forest beyond the house. The cold was biting my cheeks and I pulled my collar up. Stinky, come. The dog was already hopping around my feet. He doesn't even mind the cold, or he's just happy to be outside. I had half his energy. Right now, I'd rather curl up in my bed and sleep until morning. I took a deep breath of crisp air and looked at Stinky. He had buried his head in a snow drift and was now enthusiastically digging, flinging snow in all directions. So carefree. But it wasn't always like this. I wonder if he remembers the day we met. I was 10. He was just a baby, a shaggy puppy. I found him by the road, his tiny body covered in dust, barely breathing. Someone had hit him with a car and left without even stopping. His legs were twisted in an unnatural way, fur was matted with blood and mud. He was shaking and quietly whimpering, too weak even to bark. Then he looked up at me with those big eyes filled with pain and hope. My heart sank. Without thinking, I rushed to him. Carefully, afraid to hurt him more, I picked him up. He was so light, almost weightless. The only sign he was still alive was the trembling of his body. I hurried to the vet, clasping him in my arms. He nestled his cold nose into my shoulder and stayed there the whole way. The doctor was silent for a long time, and then he said, "Legs can't be saved." Stinky barked, pulling me out of my thoughts. He was holding a big stick in his mouth. Wanna play? Oh, he's so freaking cute! Stinky, wait! But he had already fled behind the trees. Where did he run up to? I could hear the faint whirring of his prosthetics up ahead, a mechanical hum that faded and returned again and again. Stinky, where are you, boy? It's alright, it's fine. Think, Catwoman. It's winter. Winter means there are footprints in the snow. The footprints turned left, guiding me along the winding trail between the trees. But I heard a noise from the right. Sounds and footprints go in different directions. Followed footprints. I stood at the fork. The frosty air stunned my face. My breath steamed in the air, fading into the twilight. On the right way, a sound of twigs crunching sharp in distance. Right before me, faint dense in the snow. The sound could be anything, the wind, an animal, but the footprints, they were his, definitely his. I stepped ahead, careful not to stamp out the thin prints that were already getting covered by snow. Stinky, where are you, my boy? My voice was swallowed by the dark silence, only the wind howled back somewhere high in the pines. I stumbled into a small clearing. The trail ended abruptly in the middle of this smooth white canvas. Just vanished as if he took off or disappeared. The snow around us clear a touch. Not a single print, no sound of prosthetics, nothing. Stinky! My voice cracked. I kneeled down, stroking the snow if I could find him under this frosty cover. I felt something solid. A small metal screw, one of those used for his prosthetics. I clenched it hopefully in my fist, feeling the sharp edges digging through my skin. He was here, but where is he? What if someone took him, or he fell through the snow? Panic was about to break out, but I forced myself to get up. I'll find you. I put the screw in my pocket. Wait, I hear him. Sticky, hang on, I'm coming! The sound was coming from around thick branches ahead. I grabbed one of them to push it away. Just a bird. I remember the story Axel told me, but as soon as I took a step forward, I heard a sound behind me. I whirled around, but could only see the same branches that looked like crooked fingers reaching out for me. My imagination must be playing tricks on me. I tried to move faster, but the forest looked more unfamiliar and hostile with every step as if it tried to capture me inside. Images from the story took over my thoughts and started to choke me. That spider-like monster. What if it's not a mess? What is right now its woolly legs stretch out for Stinky. It wants to taste his flesh. Stinky just whimpered somewhere close. I couldn't help but run. Stinky, hold on, I'll save you. I'll save you. Eventually, my legs gave out and I plunged into the snow. It got under my clothes, burning my skin was cold. Suddenly, everything around me lit up with a mysterious blue glow. I looked up, trying to find where it was coming from. The light was so bright I could hardly make out its source, even through my fingers. I lowered my hand from my face, letting my eyes adjust to the light, and froze, unable to believe my eyes. Right in front of me, deep in the forest, was a massive metallic object resembling a 20-sided dice. What's that? Cargo that fell off an aircraft, or its abnormal neon light seemed utterly alien to this world? It stood in the very heart of the forest, as if it had escaped from a dream or a nightmare. This object was real. Sinister, frightening, and completely incomprehensible. And it waited for me. The bus reeked of old rubber and somebody's spoiled lunch. I rested my forehead against a rattling window. An old vehicle bounced over every pothole which made my teeth chatter. The perfect purse for my first day in hell. The snowy streets of Scottside drifted past outside the window, but now they looked like cardboard decorations. The contrast between this reality and the one I saw in the woods drives me crazy. But who would believe me? Axel and Sam were chatting next to me. Their voices sounded like I heard them through the water. I'm telling you, at school lunch last week, an eyeball was floating in Mr. Flower's soup. A real human eyeball. I saw it blink when he stirred it with a spoon. It was an onion, dumbass. And even that was an eyeball. Be grateful. That's the closest thing to meat a cafeteria's ever served. They joked around, laughed. I felt like a ghost who accidentally taken somebody else's plate. I could only think about Stinky. My fingers kept rolling the tiny metal screw inside my pocket, the one that used to belong to Stinky. What had happened to him? Hello? Earth to Catwoman, do you copy? A sharp pump on my shoulder pulled me out of my thoughts. Axel dropped into the seat beside. The sweet smell of the bubble gum he was lazily chewing cut straight through the stink of the bus. Across from us, Sam lounged, his feet up on the seat in front of him. Are you with us? Guess the first day of school gave him brain damage. The bus lurched. Doors hissed open at the next stop. Thomas walked in first, tripping over someone's backpacks before taking the seat behind us. What's up, guys? Caution, Hanson on board. Thomas lowered his voice, glancing toward the open bus door. The way he said it sounded like some kind of a secret code, and the guys immediately looked like that way. I couldn't help looking, too. She stepped onto the bus. A music player hung from her skirt. She carefully adjusted her oversized headset. In this bus full of pimply teenagers, she looked completely out of place. Like everything around her was just a background in a boring movie she had to star in. I wanted to say hi, but the words stuck in my throat. Her eyes drifted right past me like I didn't exist. Like I was a part of the upholstery. Then a shadow appeared behind her. The guy following Jessica was like a 6-foot wardrobe that learned to walk. He dropped a heavy pan onto her shoulder like she belonged to him and shook me a look that made me want to hide under the seat. There wasn't a trace of intelligence in his eyes, only a threat. They headed towards the end of the bus. Do you remember to breathe while staring? He didn't even blink for full 56 seconds. Neither did I. Look, walking up to Jessica is already a risky move, especially with him around. Thomas glanced over the guy with his arms around Jessica. Hurry, Harry the Beast McAllister. Stay out of it, new one. You'll live longer. I don't care about Harry. What? Dude, are you immortal? Keep your voice down. What if he hears you? I've got a bigger problem. Stinky's gone. My dog. Hold on. You deadass think your dog Stinky? And you're surprised he ran away? I ignored Sam and leaned closer to the guy so that others could hear me. No, he didn't just run away. Last night, I found something in the forest. There was this giant thing, like your D20, Thomas, but huge. Oh boy, here we go. Asshole, did you give him something? I'm not making this up. Stinky ran inside, and I went after him. there was a town like Scottside, but not Scottside. There wasn't a single person there. I even found my house. It was abandoned too. Like people left it years ago. I could hear Stinky bark but couldn't find him. It was too dark. Could he have been hallucinated? You think I don't realize how insane this sounds? My mother yelled at me. She thinks I made this all up to skip school. Said I'd be grounded if I did. But Stinky's still there, alone, in a dead town with no food or water. If that passage closes or moves somewhere else, I'll never see him again. I have to go back. Today, after school. I don't know anyone here but you guys. Just tell me, would you come with me? Everything you just said contradicts every law of physics I know. But if there's even the slightest chance you were not hallucinating, I have to see it. I'm in. This is straight out of a comic book. We're gonna open a portal to another dimension. A little of the weight of my chest finally lifted. They're with me. At least 2 of them. Sam, you cannot be freaking serious. We've known this dude for 1 day. 1 goddamn day. Yesterday he just enjoyed our game, and now you trust him enough to take you out in the forest because of some story about a matching dice. Do you even hear yourselves? Please, please. The word came out quietly, almost a whisper. I hated the way it sounded, weak and pathetic. Please, Sam. We're about to see something unbelievable if Catwoman is telling the truth. Literally unbelievable. It'd be like opening a door to another world. You sure you don't want to see that? I want to know why I would risk my life for somebody's dog. Because it's the right thing to do. If it were your dog, we go. Alright. Fine. I'm in. Not because I believe this parallel word crap. It's because if you idiots get yourself in trouble, I'll have to trade you back out. Thank you, Sam. You're the best. Hope I won't regret this. Well then, we're meeting today after class. I looked out the window. The bus was already pulling up to the school. The great building loomed beyond the glass like a gravestone. The Scottside school looked like it had been designed by a clinically depressed architect. Not that bad. And I could tell there's like cyberpunkiness going on here. Perfect for slowly dying of boredom for the next few years. I stopped at the entrance, gripping my backpack strap so tight my fingers went white. First day, new school. New people who are going to stare at me like I'm some kind of zoo exhibit. Just have to make it through this damn day. A group of kids had gathered at the edge of the schoolyard, crowding around something. A bald old man in a work jacket was messing with a robot? Right, a robot, a clunky thing standing on 2 thick metal legs, with a big, boxy shelf for body. No arms, just a huge head, if you could even call it that. The old man was aggressively scrubbing one of the robot's joints with a rag, muttering something. The kids were chattering, pointing, trying to touch it. The old man looked like he was 1 second away from throwing the rag at somebody. I stepped closer, curiosity winning over my urge to get inside the building as fast as possible. Is that yours? Mine! Keep your filthy hands off it, you little brats! She didn't even look up, just kept aggressively scrubbing the joint. One of the kids, a 10-year-old boy in a hat with a pom-pom, reached toward the robot's head. I said don't touch it! The kids choked back but didn't leave. The old man straightened up, rubbing his lower back. He glared over the crowd. His face was lined with wrinkles. His eyes had that kind of bitterness you only see in people deeply disappointed in the whole wide world. You're the kid moving to a new house, huh? I'm Lundkrip, your neighbor. Saw you moving in the other day. There was something nasty in his tone, dismissive. Ooh. Somebody suspicious? I might... By the way, your mother threw the trash in the wrong bin. My bin. Everybody has their own bin, got it? That I wouldn't notice, huh? I'm sorry, she probably just can't read the numbers on the bins, sure. New people always do that. They come here thinking rules don't apply to them. But I'm watching, always watching. And a robot, what does it do? I'm training it on a new route, so it can take out the trash and clean snow. The old one broke, so I bought a new one. This model's simpler, no arms, but more reliable. He patted on the robot's shell with weird tenderness. I glanced over the robot, trying to figure out how does it take out the trash with no arms. Smart machine does everything by itself. What's it carrying? The trash, I said. You deaf or something? The old man turned back to the robot. Clearly the conversation was over. Axel was standing at the door, leaning against the frame, still wearing the same carefree look he had on the bus. He shifted from foot to foot, clearly unable to stand still for more than 5 seconds. Welcome to the place you're either gonna love or hate. Our classroom's on the 2nd floor. Class starts in 10 minutes, so don't be late. Oh, almost forgot. The teacher asked me to hand you the locker key. Check if it fits. The tags might have gotten mixed up. 316. The key was sticky, like it had been smeared with some kind of slime. Ew. Oops, sorry, I'm off to the bathroom. My hands got sticky from gum. Gotta wash them. Go. The school hallway buzzed like a beehive. Lockers slamming, girls squeaking, sneakers pounding against the floor. The smell of cheap deodorant and old books. A typical school morning. The students gradually entered their classrooms till I was the only one left in the hallway. I had to find my locker before I could head to the class. Turned the key, opened the locker, number 316. It smelled dusty and musty like it hadn't been opened in years. A thin cobweb stretched across the top corner, slightly swaying with the air. I ran my finger along the shelf. Dust stuck to my skin. There was some scraps of paper at the bottom, old flyers. The 2 photos, worn out, corners bent. They were taped to the inside wall with the yellowing tape already peeling off. The first photo showed a woman, around 30, maybe a bit older. Who is she? The previous owner's mom? The second photo, I squinted. A man in priest's black clothing, older, kind face, glasses. Next to him stood a girl also dressed in dark clothes, but her face wasn't visible. I should probably clean this up. I gathered all the papers, scissors, and the old hanger. Everything was straight into the nearest trash bin at the end of the hallway. I left the photos where they were. Not sure why, but throwing them out felt wrong. Maybe their owner will come back for them someday. A woman with sad eyes, a faceless girl. Someone's forgotten story, now living in my locker. I stared at the vending machine, a massive metal box with neon lights and glass front. A price on the display, 50 cents per cup. Cylindrical canisters of soda were slowly rotating aside. 4 flavors. School soda, the usual for such places, watered down, slightly sweet and artificially flavored. The taste is almost the same, only the colors vary. But it does the job to kill thirst after physical education or to wash down the sandwich. Still better than that cafeteria fruit punch that tastes like, I don't even know what, like candy dissolved in water. Okay, so let's head. Looks like that's all. Time for class. Let's go. I took a deep breath, then let it out slowly before opening the door. The classroom door creaked so loudly that every head turned toward me in perfect sync, as if they were programmed to. The room smelled strange, like melted plastic. I spotted Axel in the back row. He raised a hand as a hello. Thomas was sitting beside him, smiling as he pushed his glasses back up. And Sam? He didn't even look up from the tablet on his desk. Oh, here's our new student. Class, this is Catwoman. He just moved to Scottside and will be joining us. Welcome, Catwoman. I'm your homeroom teacher, Mr. Flowers. Let's all make you feel welcome, shall we? I looked around the room. 20 pairs of eyes were staring at me. Some curious, some bored, a couple with barely concealed smirks. I hope you're ready to learn. Cool hand, dude. Yeah, sure, I'll do my best. My voice came out quieter than I meant it to. Someone snickered in the corner. Excellent, take a seat over there. Excellent. Take the seat over there, next to Miss Hanson. The seat is unoccupied today. He pointed at the desk by the window. I followed his hand and saw her again. Jessica was sitting alone at the white desk by the window. Her expression didn't change in the slightest when Mr. Flowers said her name. I sat down, making sure not to bump her backpack hanging off the side of her desk. Her light berry perfume briefly drowned out the industrial smell of the classroom. Awkwardness hung in the air between us like static. And there's 45 minutes of this. Great. So today I will be covering the R47 Emergency Access Panel. The teacher wiped the board clean with one swift movement of his mechanical arm. He switched on the protector and an image of a humanoid robot with a flashy square on his chest appeared on the board. Before we can start a practice task, let me tell you what happened back in the year 77. Mass labor protest against robots replacing human workers. Thank you, Thomas. You just saved me 30 minutes and robbed the class of a fascinating story. The teacher tapped his prosthetic hand against the desk. As Thomas said, that's when Congress passed the Robotics Regulation Act. One of its key requirements was to include a mandatory emergency access panel on most machines. That's what you'll be working with today. The idea was simple. If a machine goes out of control, any educated person should be able to shut it down. Humans are still in charge. Did it actually work though? What do you mean, Sam? I mean, robots replaced people anyway. You're right, the panel didn't stop automation. What it gave people was the illusion of control. And sometimes an illusion is all it takes to keep society from tearing itself apart. Today you'll practice using one of these panels. All you have to do is activate 4 buttons in the correct order. In other words, guess the sequence. One mistake and it resets and you start over. A real panel gives you a limited amount of attempts. And if you never guess it, then actually you'll end up in the workplace incident statistics. Luckily, our training models have unlimited retries. Any questions? Excellent. You work in pairs. Now you can get started. You've all done this before, so you'll be fine. His eyes landed on me. Jessica can help the new student. If only she stops counting birds outside. Jessica reached to the tablet on our desk first. Its touchscreen glowed with a green interface. She tapped her finger on the panel's edge. Lost in thought. I have to say something. Anything. Or the 40 minutes will turn into a torture. I leaned in so the teacher wouldn't hear me. Hey, remember? Yesterday. We started speaking at the same time. Then both immediately stopped. Sorry, you go first. No, you. She ran a finger along the edge of the panel, not pressing anything, just immersed in thoughts. How about yesterday? You never showed up. Sorry. Never mind. No, you invited me and I bailed. That wasn't cool. Jessica only slightly shrugged casually as if it didn't matter. I hang out there often. Can I come another time? You can do whatever you want. It's a free country. I saw you this morning on the bus. So, with that guy, Harry. So you got a boyfriend? She let out a slow breath through her nose. Do you really need to answer? Got it. Is that a problem? No, I was just curious. Now you know. So how long have you two... The classroom door flew open like someone had shoved it too hard. A broad-shouldered guy stood in the doorway, his hair neatly slicked back. Harry McAllister. How generous of you to join our lesson. Practice ran long, sir. Your usual seat next to Miss Hanson is occupied today. Perhaps you shouldn't have been late. Take the seat over there next to Mr. Patrick. Mr. Flowers pointed at the desk by the far wall was a skinny, acne-covered kid. The boy visibly shrank in his seat when he saw Harry. Harry's gaze swept across the classroom, past Mr. Flowers, past the board, past the other students. Then it stopped. On me. He stared at me the way a starving dog stares at a bone. Then he finally moved and took the seat the teacher had assigned him. I didn't dare to turn around. I already have enough problems at the school. I don't need another one. I need to focus on the lesson, not on our task. I leaned over the desk and looked down at the tablet screen. Ooh, that's easy. You just have to figure out the right button sequence. And slide this thing around so it stays out of the way. Press here. Alright, let's get into it. Your turn. Damn, wrong sequence. Crap, that's not it. That's not it. Maybe try removing the lock. Try this. 3, 2, 1, 4. Oh, that's the right sequence. Access granted. Cool. Jessica and Catwoman are the first. Impressive. He came to our desk and took a look at the panel. The secret is right. Unnecessary movements are few. Great teamwork. Thanks, Mr. Flowers. Catwoman, you did well for the first day. You're a quick learner, are you? I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, sir. Show off. Keep it up. He proceeded to the next desk. Jessica leaned on the back of the chair. Her headphones slid down and she fixed them on instincts. Not bad. We make a great team. We just press the buttons and you call that a team? Isn't that easy to get on your team? The rest of the day was blurry, like in a thick fog. Mr. Flowers was telling something about maintenance operations, panel types, protocol exceptions. I nodded, pretending to listen, but my thoughts were far from here. Wait just a little more, Stinky. I'll come for you. I swear I will. When the classes finally ended, we headed into the woods. Alright, now it's official. Operation Saving Stinky. I brought a flashlight just in case. And I brought common sense. Too bad nobody here uses it. Sam was still sulky after what happened on the bus. Thanks for coming. I'm here only to make sure these two don't get lost and freeze to death. We won't get lost. We've got Catwoman. He knows the way. Assuming he wasn't hallucinating yesterday. I wasn't. Hey, what if it's dangerous there? Maybe we should have brought a weapon. Like what? Well, you got a baseball bat at home, don't you? Axel, I don't think a bat's gonna help us here. How much daylight do we have left? About 40 minutes, maybe less. It's cloudy. Perfect. 40 minutes to prove Catwoman has completely lost it. Then we could all be home in time for dinner. I'm not crazy. Really? Because I don't see any magic dice that sends people to other dimensions. Turn around straight behind you. For a few seconds, none of us could even move. The thing was just wrong. It didn't belong here. As if someone had just cut a piece out of another world and put it here. It's a fucking UFO! Axel took up running. He charged right toward the object, waving his arms like a maniac. Axel, wait, we don't know if it's safe. But Axel was already circling the object. His eyes lit up with pure excitement. I knew it! I knew! I freaking knew they were real! Sam stood frozen. His face went pale, mouth open and then closing again without a sound. The shape, perfect geometry. Thomas slowly approached the object, wiping his glasses with trembling hands. It's like the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey. 2001: A Space Odyssey is a philosophical science fiction story about a mysterious black monolith that appears throughout human history, seemingly guiding humanity's evolution. except it's shaped like a dice. A freaking D20. The blue light pulsed, not steadily, more like it was breathing. Breathe in and out. In. Out. Maybe it's some old Soviet junk? Sam finally forced himself forward. Approaching it was cautious steps. I read that the Soviets built such huge metal spheres for transporting radioactive material. Maybe it's something like that, just not a sphere, a polyhedron. Doesn't explain the glow. Maybe because it isn't a Soviet junk, but an alien ship? Axel, you watch way too many crappy sci-fi movies. And you watch way too few. If you had, you know that. Guys. I caught him up, and I've been staring at the object the whole time, memories of last night replaying one after another. I know how it works. You have to touch it. That's how I made it out there in the other Scottside. Wait a minute, you're telling me you actually touched this thing? Yeah, Stinky's track stopped here, so I followed him. That's it, stop. Thomas turned to me. There was real fear in his eyes. You seriously want us to touch this thing? That may be radioactive or explode or nothing happened to me. Are you sure? Maybe now you glow in the dark and just haven't noticed yet? Damn, that'd be awesome. Axel, for fuck's sake, no it wouldn't. It's dangerous. On the other hand, if Catwoman really activated some kind of dimensional transport mechanism, it'd be the greatest scientific discovery in human history. Thomas looked at the object with the kind of awe people reserve for the Holy Grail. Just imagine, travel between dimensions, it changes everything we know about physics. I'm in, let's activate the portal. So am I. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The three of us looked at Sam. You all went nuts. Okay, Catwoman, fine, the thing is real. I admit it, you weren't lying. God, I'm gonna regret this. But I really want to see what happens, so let's fucking do it. Haha! So, we're all agreed? Yeah. Yes. Fuck! Yeah. Let's all touch it at the same time. We stepped closer. The blue glow was almost blinding. I reached out. My hand was just inches from the metal. We're really doing this? I guess so. Countdown? Go for it. 3. Gosh, I'm gonna pee myself. 2. We're all gonna die. 1. The light swallowed everything. I squeezed my eyes shut. But there was nothing, just endless, overwhelming light. Then, silence. I opened my eyes. That's it? We were still standing in the forest. The same trees, the same snow. Really? So we touched a giant glowing thing and nothing happened? Wait, the D20 changed. Thomas was right, the glow turned off. What if we broke it? No, something's different, I can feel it. Without any instruments, there's no way to verify. We need to go out of the forest. There were changes in the town the last time. Like what? Everything looks the same. Just trust me. We headed back toward the town. And stepped out onto the streets of Scottside. And we froze. Oh my God. What the hell happened here? This is unbelievable. Why is this so empty? Because there's nobody here. At all? Not a single soul. Guys, the snow! Axel pointed skyward, the snowflakes. They were falling the wrong way. Slowly, as if caught in the slow motion, they drifted up into the gray sky. That is amazing! You have just noticed? Okay, that's impossible. Snow literally can't fall upward. Thomas breathed. Axel just burst out laughing, almost hysterical. Do you guys realize what this means? The whole town is all ours. No robot librarians, no rules. Let's see how long you last without your mom. Axel suddenly charged towards the nearest door. Come on, Axel! But he was already inside. A few seconds of silence. Then Axel came bursting back out, waving a chocolate bar over his head. Guys, food! There's so much food! He tore the wrapper open and took a huge bite, closing his eyes in bliss. A little stale, but totally edible. You're seriously eating chocolate that could have been there for 30 years? It's free. We have no idea where we are, and you're stuffing your mouth with the first thing you find. But I already took a bite. Guys, we don't have time for this. We're here for Stinky, remember? Alright. We have to find him before it gets dark. Catwoman was right. We have to get back before nightfall, or parents are gonna kill us. Alright, so where do you think your dog went? The last time I heard him barking, from that way. I'm pointing toward the forest beyond the town. We set off through the deserted streets. Only the sound of our footsteps echoed between the abandoned houses. We entered the forest from the far side of town. That's where the footprints were still visible. We had to fight our way through deep snow drifts. This forest was more quiet than ours. You know, if we get stuck in here, I'm calling dibs on the mayor's house. Nah, the only Americans who live there, and I'd like to nominate myself. You, a mayor? You wouldn't be known to manage the town. At least I don't have to punch you in the face if you keep being a smartass. According to the Constitution, ouch! Sam kicked Thomas in the ass. I have my own Constitution. I guess I'd be Secretary of Education. More like Secretary of being a nerd. Exactly, this position's been yours since birth. Hey guys, remember that shelter? What shelter? The one we wanted to find but never did? We'll take care of it once we're back. If we're back, keep talking, you'll get another kick. Hey look! Suddenly the trees open up. I stopped so abruptly that Thomas slammed into my back. A round clearing ringed by towering pines. The setting sun spilled through the branches, turning snow to gold. And in the middle of it, an abandoned microbus. Covered in rust, his paint peeling away, but still unmistakably a microbus. And beside it, standing motionless in the sunlight like a statue, was a deer. Massive, its antlers spread wide like a crown. We all froze. We barely even breathed, afraid to break the moment. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. This was it. A place. Our shelter. You think this existed in your world too? Yeah. Suddenly we heard barking from inside the microbus. Familiar, loved barking. Stinky! The deer bolted, vanishing between the trees. A ball of fur on mechanical legs burst from the microbus sliding door. Stinky rushed to me with such speed that his prosthetics barely touched the ground. He slammed into me hard enough to knock me flat into the snow. His warm tongue covered my face with licks again and again. His tail wagged so hard his wild body shook. Stinky, I thought I lost you. I firmly hugged him, hiding my face in his soft fur. He smelled like home, like safety. Whoa, a robot dog. Can I pet him, or does it activate an attack mode or something? Stinky was sniffing everyone, nudging Sam's shoes with his nose. Hey, come on. I looked up. Sam was standing up to the side, his hands shoved in pockets, wearing the faintest hint of a smile. Eventually, Stinky settled down and sat beside me, panting. I looked at the others. At Axel, grinning like mad. At Thomas with that analytical look on in his eyes. At Sam, trying and failing to look like he didn't care. And at the old microbus glowing in the light of the settling sun. This place, it's ours. When we get back in our world, we'll find it there too. And that'll become our shelter. A place where we can hide from everything. Our own little piece of freedom. We made our way back to the object. Stinky curled up in my arms, licking my chin every now and then. You know what? This place is slime. Slime? You know, shady, off. Like something's wrong and it won't come off the wall, like slime. I think he means suspicious. I mean slime, not the same thing. Axel, you can't call any random thing slime. It's not random. You once said Jessica is a slimy girl. That's exactly what she is. I can't take my eyes off her. Like I'm sticking to her, you know? It's the context, man. Context is everything. Sam and Thomas exchanged confused looks. Hey, Catwoman, I was thinking. About what? What if that's not your dog? What do you mean? Well, in A Facing of the Body Snatchers, a science fiction thriller about mysterious beings secretly replacing humans with emotionless copies. Damn. People get replaced by their copies from another world. What if there's another version of Stinky in this reality? His double. How can you be sure this is actually your dog? I looked down at Stinky. The dog stared at his old tail like he'd never seen it before. No, it's him. I recognize this little goof anywhere. Stinky licked my nose. I couldn't help but smile. How romantic. Are you two gonna get married? What the hell, dude? That's a dog, not a human. Shut up, Sam. What? Never mind. No, I'm for real. What do you say? I said only if you'll be my best man. Bullshit. That's not what you said. Can I be the best man? The town faded behind us. We stepped back into the forest, heading for the clearing where the D20 was. Wait. Thomas suddenly stopped, seeing something ahead. Look, lights. I squinted. 2 red beams were cutting through the trees. What's that? Headlights, that's a car. Someone's at the clearing? Let's get closer, carefully. We crouched low and moved ahead. Stinky chest up in my arms but didn't make a sound. Used the cursor to look around. We crouched to the edge of the clearing and hid behind a thick tree trunk. A truck was parked in the clearing, and 2 men in military uniform beside it. Are they taking the D20? Soldiers climbed into the cab. An engine rumbled on. Wait! Where the hell did people even come from? Probably from the other side too, from our world. What if they take the D20? We won't get back. For once, I agree with you. Wait, is there a military base anywhere near your town? Not that I know of. Then where did these soldiers come from? It doesn't matter. What matters is where they're taking the D20. The truck pulled away and disappeared into the darkening forest. We have to follow it. That's our only way to get home. My mom's gonna worry if I don't come back. Axel's voice was shaking. He was starting to panic. Your mom worrying is the least of our problems right now. But what if we can't get out? She won't even know what happened. Like I just ceased to exist. Axel grabbed the tree so hard his knuckles turned white. His breathing became quick and shallow. Shit, he's having a panic attack. We need to calm him down. Watching Axel unravel, I could feel panic creeping in myself. How do I calm him down? The trick is finding the right words. Make the right choice. The fewer skulls, the better the result. I grabbed Axel by the shoulders and spun him toward me. Axel. For a moment, his eyes focused on me, but then drifted away again. I can't. The touch had gotten through to him at least a little. Maybe I could still pull him out of this. Oh shoot. I know how you feel. I'm scared too. You too? Yeah, but we'll get through this. His breathing slowed a little. But what if? We will get home. You hear me? We'll find the D20 and we'll make it back. How do you know? You can't know that. I promise. We're all going home, all four of us. His eyes met with mine. Axel slowly nodded. His breathing was finally evening out. His fingers finally released the grip on the tree. Okay, I'm fine. Let's go find that damn D20. Good, can we move now? Or does anyone else need a therapy session? Where could have they gone? No idea. Back in our world, it's just forests and mountains out there. Then we follow the tire tracks. A few minutes later, we reach a massive metal hangar. The entire compound was surrounded by a tall chain link fence. Top was barbed wire. The whole area was lighted up with powerful spotlights. Looks like they took a D20 inside. Where's our Fort Knox? A large United States military base, Scottside, impenetrable. Several soldiers were patrolling the perimeter. How the fuck are we supposed to get in there? Stinky let out a quiet whine in my arms. I stroked his head, not taking my eyes off the hangar. We just had to get inside. At any cost. Okay, we're definitely not getting through the front gate. Obviously, we need another way in. What about digging under the fence? Any other brilliant ideas? Let's circle the perimeter to check the whole place. I'll do it. The three of us looked at Sam. By yourself? That's risky. That way it's faster and quieter. You guys stay here. If anything happens, whistle. What if they catch you? They won't. Sam crouched low and slipped into the shadows along the fence. The three of us stayed behind, pressed against a tree. Hey look, see the entrance to the hangar? Thomas rubbed his glasses and squinted through the fence. There's a keypad, a digital panel. If we can get it closer, we might be able to open it. A branch snapped. We froze. Sam emerged from the shadows. I found what? A hole in the fence, big enough for a person. Follow me over to that tree. Keep it low. We follow Sam along the trees. Sam led us to a place where the chain link fence was torn open so badly it looked like we weren't the first ones to try getting through. Alright guys, we need to get through there. Ready? Shit, it's guarded. Damn, Catwoman, hide! Sam led us to a place where the chain link fence was torn open so badly it looked like we weren't the first ones to try getting through. Alright guys, we need to get through there. Ready? Shit. It's guarded. Whew! That was close. Whenever the flashlight swings are way high behind the tree. Only one guard. We just have to wait until he's out of sight. There's no hurry, okay? Wait until you can't see him at all. That's when you move. Damn it. Oh, that was close. Damn it. We pressed ourselves against the cold metal wall of the hangar. My heart was pounding so hard it felt loud enough to echo across the whole yard. But the soldier was patrolling the other side. We're safe for now. A massive steel door met us. A panel installed on it. Digits 0 through 9. Alright Thomas, this falls under your purview. What do we do next? R47 panel. He needs a 4-digit access code. Can we crack it? We literally covered these in class today, and Catwoman did best. So I think we can. Or we figure out the code somehow. I looked around the yard. A guardhouse was about 30 feet from the main gate. Look, a guardhouse. So, the code might be in there. So you think the military is dumb enough to have the code written down? It's unlikely, but it's worth checking. Fine, let's say you get aside, then what? I'd find the code, come back. We opened the door. What about the guard? You distract him. How? Keep it down, idiot. Trying to get us caught? Sorry. How? I don't know. Throw a snowball at the window? He'll come out to check. I'll slip aside. The plan is simple, but it might work. Might or will? I say 50-50, maybe a little better. I looked at the guardhouse. A silhouette was visible through the window. The guard was leaning back in his chair. Okay, the three of us will stay here. Once we reach the guardhouse, we'll distract him. Wait, who's holding Stinky? I looked down at the dog in my arms. He was sniffing quietly, pressed against my chest. He was as quiet as possible, only his ears twitched sometimes, like he could understand that any noise could get us killed. Thomas, take him. I handed Stinky over. Thomas awkwardly wrapped his arms around him. Just be quick, okay? I will. And stay quiet. I will. I crouched behind a stack of steel cabinets in the corner. The air smelled of stale cigarette smoke, coffee, and metal. A security guard was slouched in his chair behind the desk. A snowball smacked against the window outside. A soft thud, but the silence of the guardhouse made it sound like a gunshot. The guard jolted upright, rushed for the door, and bolted outside. I'm alone. Move, I need to find that door code. There's a sandwich right in front of me. Cheese, ham, tomato looks pretty decent. They found it here and now are looking for one in our room too. Oh. go. I got the code. Really? Saw it myself. It was taped to the wall right above the computer. Huh, so the military really is that dumb. Alright, we got the code. Let's try it. Guess the correct order of the buttons. Move the lock if it blocks the button. The amount of attempts is limited. The heavy door opened. We stepped into the darkness of the hangar. The darkness surrounded us the moment the door closed behind us. I blinked once, then once again, nothing, just darkness. Hey, who grabbed my ass? Oh, sorry, thought that was Catwoman. I mean, that was an accident. I can't see a thing. Be quiet. Give your eyes a minute. Little by little, shapes begin to emerge from the dark. Oh God, is that a joke? Holy shit, there's too many of them. How are we supposed to find our D20? I slowly made my way down the rows. Stinky was tossing and turning in my arms, trying to sniff the air. They're all the same. What happens if we check the wrong one? We might end up somewhere else, I fear, in an entirely different place. Slime, total slime, no, that's worse. Like we're seriously screwed. We heard footsteps outside. Someone's coming. Everyone hide now. We sneaked behind the nearest object and planted ourselves against the floor. Light burst into the hangar. A soldier stood in the doorway, tall, with a rifle slung over his shoulder. Behind him was a guard from the guardhouse. I'm telling you, I saw footprints around the perimeter. Whose kids, I think? What would kids be doing out here? Let's check inside. The soldier stepped aside and switched his flashlight on. The beam swept across the rows. Axel was breathing so loudly I feared they'd notice. I pressed a finger to my lips. Looks like nobody's here. At least make us sleep. The soldier started walking between the rows, lighting his way with a flashlight. Stinky squirmed in my arms, trying to wake up free. I held him tighter. Safe, stay quiet. Did you hear that? No. I heard something over there. He took a few steps towards us. Okay, let me get a drink before I do this part. All clear, let's get out of here. You sure? What? You want me to check every single icosahedron? You searched the identification, footprints, noises. They walked out, the door shut behind them. Gotta find our D20 and get the hell out of here. Let's split up. Great plan. That's exactly how everyone dies one by one in horror movies. Damn, you're right. Alright, enough freaking out. Split up. Whoever finds a D20, whistle. Is definitely the one. You're right, the snow hasn't melted yet. Then what are we waiting for? Do you realize that if we're wrong, that hangar door suddenly begins to crack open? We don't have time to think. Once again, all four of us reached for the D20. Our fingers felt the cold metal. And the world exploded into light. Cold, wet snow pressed against my cheek. I opened my eyes. My whole body ached. I looked around. The four of us were sprawled in snow across the road. Ouch! Wait, what happened? We fell. I lifted my head. A truck was slowly drifting away about 20 yards ahead. The D20 was being driven away. The truck! Looks like we fell all of it. We chucked the D20 back into under Scottside and it brought us here. Right into a moving truck, incredible. I got to my feet and brushed the snow off my jacket. Stinky! I looked around in panic. The dog was a little away looking around in confusion. Stinky! I rushed over and scooped him into my arms. He was scared but fine. Are we back? Looks like it. The snow's falling the right way. Axel nervously patted his pockets. Guys, I still have the chocolate bar. Damn, what time is it? Late, really late. Mom's gotta kill me. Mine too, we need to hurry up home. Are we just gonna go home and pretend none of this ever happened? No, we need to figure out what the hell even was that. Guys, Chavez adjusted his glasses, shifting awkwardly from foot to foot. Not a word to anyone, okay? At least not until we understand what's going on. Not even to my mom? Why? Because nobody will believe us. But we had the chocolate, that's proof. Wow, a piece of an old chocolate bar. But we get sent straight to a psych ward. Or worse. The military could find out if anyone talks. You saw how guarded it was, that hangar. This is serious. I don't think they want anyone knowing about that place. Now we do. Then we keep our mouths shut, all of us. Agreed? But we're not going to forget about it? You mean go back there? Well, at least find out if that place exists in our world. Just not now. Yeah, I need some time to process all this. And get some sleep. God, I'm exhausted. Well, I'm headed home. Yeah, me too. See you at school? If we live through the night, Don't joke like that. Axel and Thomas took up toward town, disappearing into the darkness. That left only Sam and me. He stood with his hands in his pockets, staring off into the distance. Well, that was, never thought I'd say this, but that was actually awesome. It really was. Especially when we sneaked right past that soldier by the fence. That took guts. That's not enough to describe it. That was fucking insane. I held out my hand. See you? Sam looked down at it. 1 second. 2. Yeah. Yay! See you tomorrow. Yesterday we hadn't even known each other. And now, we just come back from another world. A place that looked almost exactly like ours, but wasn't. The military, the hangar, rolls of D20s. DM, in those messages. I guess that's how friendships begin. Sam let go of my hand, turned around and walked away. I watched him until he disappeared behind the trees. Stinky let out a tired whine. Let's go home, buddy. I turned to leave and froze. The sky. The entire sky lit up with a bloody red glow. Slow, pulsing. Waves of crimson light quivered above the trees, bathing everything around in red. I stood there, staring upward, unable to look away. What is that? Ooh, did we get a movie at the end? Whoa! To be continued. Whoa! That's so cool. Whoa! Thank you for playing Scottside and finishing the first episode of the story, which is just a prologue of a larger adventure ahead. All funds received from the game will go toward creating future episodes as well as improving the existing content, expanding the story, refining the mechanics, and enhancing the artwork. A new location shelter is now available in the game menu. You can spend time with the characters there, take a break from the main storyline, and get to know them better. You can follow the development process on the Project social media. I understand that the use of AI evokes mixed reactions. While artists assist me during development, most of the work I do alone, without a significant budget or a studio behind. This game is a result of personal effort and an attempt to bring a life to a project I have long dreamed of creating. Thank you for being here and becoming a part of this journey. P.S. Yuri Manticore. Shout out to you. Shout out to Yuri Manticore. Awesome game, by the way. Awesome game. This is quite a very cool game. I like this game actually. Ooh, there's different endings, so if you guys wanna get this game, it's on Steam. Ooh, let's check out the shelter real quick. So it said Yuri said I could go to the shelter to get to know everybody. Welcome to your shelter. Here you can talk to your friends and decorate everything the way you want while waiting the next episode. Click the fresh to start editing. When you're done, click it again, everything will be saved. Come check your shelter in between episodes, you may find some new stuff for decorating. Wow. Oh, this is so cool. busy. Alex, the one that's 20, once told me Scottside used to have way more people. Then everyone started leaving. Isn't it weird? They might have known something. Jessica looked in my direction yesterday. Maybe not exactly at me, but still, it totally counts. Oh, a shard. Guess someone dropped it. Small plastic rectangle was the screen. Usually just random stuff on news, but every now and then you find something curious. Oh, cool! So I can choose to go back and improve the relationships. Okay, can we go back? Ah, I see. Let's go back, I guess. So yeah, figured I showed you guys the shelter. Well, if you guys really like this game, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down your thoughts below. I thought this was really sick. Subscribe. If you're new to me, don't be afraid to subscribe. If YouTube unsubscribes you for any reason, subscribe again. Alright? I will see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.